welcome to Cassette Take. We are here with me, Annmarie, and
not Ethan,
aka Cheyenne, because Cheyenne, what did we just finish watching?
Only Murders in the Building,
Season 4.
Season 4.
Yes. So Ethan does not watch Only Murders in the Building.
Shame on him.
But Cheyenne does.
Yes, I do.
So Cheyenne, I kidnapped her to make this podcast. So we're going to do a spoilers and then a non-spoiler review. But Cheyenne, what did you think about this season?
I really liked it. So I know we've talked about this before,
Yes.
but I thought overall I really liked the show, the characters, the jokes.
Yes.
I love all the jokes. Especially the Mabel, versus the other two.
Oh,
Steve Martin and Martin Short.
yes.
Being old or being young. I love that. Yeah, and then, I love the guest stars, just everything. So fun.
There you go. And I did not enjoy this season as much. I personally thought this season was all over the place. We'll get more into it. But there's some good parts. Like you kind of said, Mabel, Steve Martin, and Martin Short are absolutely incredible. I think these characters just get better and better each season. And so when the story focused on them three, it was really interesting.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I just love all those characters so much, too. Like, I feel like I could just totally see them popping out and being, like, real-life people.
Yes. And it seems like they integrate so much of their personalities into the characters, which I think is super fun as well.
Yeah, that is.
And then there was some cool stuff. Like, there was that episode that was shot through cameras that were, like, on set. That was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of different. I like how the show always, like, innovates, and each season they try to do something, like, different and special.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And I also really enjoyed, I think this season, the mystery, so as we know, Saz dies.
Mm-hmm.
And Saz is like such a fun character, so it was kind of sad that she is gone. And me and you had so many theories this season of like who killed her, and we didn't really get it right till the end. So
And I personally loved that because I love being surprised. Like, that's my favorite thing about this show is the plot twist. And so I told Annmarie right before we watched it that as long as, like, it's not what I expect, then I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with it. Like, I think it wasn't my favorite out of all 4 seasons, It was probably my least favorite, but I still really enjoyed it and, like, love the show.
that's what I was going to ask you, because I was going to say, like, is it, like, where does it rank between the other seasons? Because Cheyenne loves the ending of season 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I compared this season to season 2 because I did not like season 2 at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending of season 2 is what saved it for me. And unfortunately, this did not do that for me.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And yeah, I mean, I love just the show so much in general, the characters so much in general. It's hard to, like, rank it. But I do think that some of the other endings were better. Like, just better done and, I don't know, more plot twist, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's your favorite thing, when there's a ton of good plot twists and everything. And unfortunately, this last episode, we'll get into it in spoilers, but I don't think it's very straightforward.
Yeah, it was. There were a few plot twists, a few other things, but, yeah, in general, it wasn't, like, super crazy, insane. Where did that come from?
Yeah, it wasn't season 2.
Right.
It was not and it was not the beginning of season 3, because that plot twist that Paul Rudd didn't really die.
Yeah.
That was cool. But
That was cool.
all right, Cheyenne, then before we get into spoilers,
Yes.
where would out of how many, Ethan always does a funny thing, so I'm trying to think of a funny thing. Out of how many movie cameras out of 10 would you get this season?
Oh, how fun. Well, I don't know. I love the show so much. So I feel like
Just this season.
just this season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get rid of the other ones in your head. Just this season.
8.
Okay. That's good, though.
It is, yeah. I almost at 8.5.
Well, because you said this is your least favorite
Uh-huh.
of all 4 seasons.
Oh, the other ones are 10 out of 10.
There you go. I am not going to be as kind. I'm going to give it a 6. I think there's just way too many storylines this season that didn't wrap up, and they had a chance of doing something that was different, and they just didn't go that way. And so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. So, all right. Well, what did you guys think? Have you watched Only Murders in the Building? What did you think? Do you agree with Cheyenne, or do you agree with me?
Team Cheyenne.
Where does this rank compared to the other seasons? Let us know in those comments down below. Spoiler time now. Spoilers. Okay, so
That was so hard to not talk about the spoilers. I gotta be honest, I was like, what goes? What point are we starting the spoilers? I was like, I don't know what's happening.
all right, spoilers. Marshall kills Saz because Saz writes a screenplay, and then Marshall kills her. Which, again, Cheyenne and I both thought it couldn't just be Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
We were pretty convinced that Jan was the second
Yeah,
killer.
because Oliver ran the whole thing, and he couldn't do it.
He ran the whole thing, but nope.
Well, I guess he could do it. It just took him like 45 minutes.
Yeah. But Marshall does it. He walks around the building. And I'll be honest, I just felt like it was just too quick. I feel like they just really wanted to get to Meryl Streep and Martin Short's wedding.
Mhm.
And they're like, all right, then just get through his story. Like, he killed, I think it was their least good, like, storyline, because it didn't, like, I don't know. I feel like the other ones just connected so well.
And I know I've said this before to you, but I've always thought that, like, TV shows nowadays, make myself feel old, but nowadays, like, they just go by so fast, and there's only 10 episodes, and that always kills me, too, because, like, imagine a show like this with, like, 20 episodes. Like, that's how...
That'd be interesting.
Right? And then I feel like they could really, like, not, like, drag things out, but they could just go in more detail with stuff, and, like, it wouldn't have felt rushed. And I don't know if that's a part of it or not, but that's just what I always think of and go back to.
It's a good idea, yeah. And I think, yeah, because I feel like this last episode, also only being 35 minutes, Disney Plus, what are you
Right.
doing? Like, it felt so short.
Yes.
And so, yeah, just disappointing. I also, like, we've talked about it, like, the Dudanoff story didn't go anywhere. It felt like a silly little side quest. It didn't really tie in with Marshall at the end. Like, I thought Marshall might be a student of Dudanoff. He wasn't. Jan the whole time. She just appears.
Okay, I actually loved that plot twist. There were 2 plot twists I liked, and I loved the fact that it was only one person. It was Marshall. He went around the building.
Yeah.
Because that, to me, I had, like, written that off as an option.
Yeah.
I was, like, positive it was 2, so I loved that. And then I loved Jan coming back.
Yeah.
Because she did love Sue. It was, like, a true love, you know, and then she did shoot for the, you know,
Yeah.
revenge or whatever.
Yes.
I just love that plot twist. Like, I just did not see that coming, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I think we had talked about it because she, like, we had, this season, I think I told Cheyenne multiple times, Chekhov's gun, Chekhov's gun, Chekhov's gun, because Jan did appear in, like, episode 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't, like, and so, yeah, that, I knew she was going to come back, but I kind of wish they went into it, because she was like, yeah, I was hiding in your closet for 3 weeks, like, eating your pirate booty, and so...
Okay, wait, but pause. I love that they said that, because that's literally a snack that we ate while we were watching it.
It was.
So that was actually really cool.
It was. Oh my god.
And we had the dips. But
Yes,
anyways,
and the dips.
continue.
And
Yeah,
the dips.
continue.
But again, like, I don't want to just poo-poo on this season. Like, there was good stuff. I think this season had, like, the moments between, like, Oliver and, I keep saying Martin Short. I don't remember. Like,
Well, Oliver is Martin.
Charles.
Charles, he
Are so sweet. Like, they're such
Yeah.
a good duo. And it's interesting. I liked how this season dealt with, like, the movie universe, too, of, like, writers and directors and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too. And yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I gave it a good rating. Like, I really liked it. And so, I did overall, I enjoyed it, but I do know what you mean by being a little disappointed. Because, like, I think in the past, they were just so good. So we had this, like, these huge expectations. And it was, I mean, you know, to me, yeah, I still really enjoyed it. I still thought it was good. But, like, it seemed like they did go down a little bit compared to some of the other crazy endings they had.
Yeah, and one of our friends brought it up that, like, there were so many guest stars. And I think in the past they utilized the guest stars really well. And this season, it just, it felt too crowded. I think that's my biggest complaint, actually. This season felt too crowded. You had, like, the Westies, then you had the Afters, then you had Melissa McCarthy was there. And so, like, I needed, like, one storyline pulled out from the season, and I think that would have helped. So, yeah.
And I think for me, that actually, I was fine with it. I don't know. I just thought every actor, I'm like, that's fun. Like, that's cool. I know that, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And as far as the storylines, like, the Dune-Nuff, I know that was, like, a big complaint of yours. You're like, where did that go? It didn't go anywhere. And to me, it was like, oh, it was a nice little side murder mystery, you know, a little side quest. Like,
Howard's side mission.
Exactly. Oh, my gosh, I love Howard.
Well, speaking of cliffhangers, I want to move on to season 5 because we know Lester, the doorman, has passed away.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Lester, no.
Which is stinks. I was really thinking it would be the cop, but it ended up being Lester after the wedding. And then also we know that there is another character, I believe her name is Sophia, and she's looking for her missing husband, Nikki. So we kind of have two mysteries that are happening. I'm really interested to see what happens with that. But a big thing that we've both been talking about is who wrote those letters in season 1?
Yes, the notes on the door.
And
Written by a lefty.
Written by a lefty, that we know that. We thought it was Marshall, but it's we still don't know.
Right.
And they brought it up.
The dog poison too. I'm bringing this up again. It might have been Sting, but
The dog.
dog.
I'm just really wondering because, like, they brought it up. They said something about it. They said something about the notes. When are they going to bring it up? Is it like a series finale kind of thing? Who could have been there that did that? And so I'm interested. I don't know. I really don't know.
And is this new character coming in? Sophia, is that her name?
Yeah.
Is she at all related? Because she mentioned that this goes back to their Arconia or something, right? Like it all goes back there. I don't know. Has everything to do with it.
I'm going to throw a theory out. I think somehow they're like Nikki and her own the building or something, or bought the building or something like that. I think that's my far-fetched theory right now. Who killed Lester? I really don't know.
Right. Well, yeah, no guesses now.
Yeah, so I
Meryl
just...
Streep. I'm just kidding.
Oh, she is leaving.
Yeah.
She's like, they're doing the long
How
distance.
suspicious.
Weird.
No. I do want to say, though, you did call Lester, kind of.
Yes, I did.
'Cause Annmarie did say beforehand, before we watched it, you were like, if it's not the cop, it's Lester.
Yeah, I was really on the cop for a long time because I really like that actress. She's in the Holdovers. Go check her out. She won an Oscar for it. And so I was on her for a while, and then, so it'll be interesting. Though one thing that I did catch about Lester, they called 911, and they're like, 73 emergencies ahead of you. Well, we know the cop is involved, and so maybe she's a suspect. I don't really know. That's far-fetched, though. So we'll see. But, well, Cheyenne, that was Only Murders in the Building, season 4. You enjoyed it.
I did.
I did not. But, hey, guys, what did you think about Only Murders in the Building season 4? Do you have any theories for season 5? Like, what's going on with Sophia and Nikki? Lester's dead in the pool? Who knows what's going on?
Poor Lester.
Poor Lester. So please let us know in those comments down below. And thank you so much for listening. Ethan usually does these outros, so I don't remember what he says. But don't forget to rewind. This has been Annmarie.
And not Ethan.
Nice job. We'll see you later. Bye.